What's up, guys, and welcome back to the second. Well, not welcome back. I just guess welcome to the second episode of the Boots on the Ground podcast. How have you been, Marcus?
I've been good. It's been a day. How have you been?
I've been okay. I would be better if you held your mic a bit closer.
That's a good idea. I've been projecting pretty well, but I think I should
just to
be safe.
Sure.
Yeah, just to be safe.
No, I've been all right. Obviously, it's been a heck of a week since last week's episode.
Oh yeah.
It's been pretty crazy. We won't bore you guys with all those details.
Yeah.
We're definitely not recording these back to back.
Back to back.
Well,
like
back to back sounds bad, but yeah,
24 hours apart.
We're not
kind
doing
of.
that.
We're not doing that at all.
It's been
a whole
full
week.
7 days.
Yes.
7 whole days. We don't want to like swish it too close together so that you guys just have some like very squeezed out and like
just the same updates over and over again.
Exactly.
I ate breakfast today.
What did you have for breakfast today?
Tacos, chicken tacos.
For breakfast?
Yeah, because I didn't go early enough to have eggs, so that was my fault though.
Do they not still have eggs? Because this is Sunday.
No, Sunday they actually have lots of eggs. I'm actually like wrong. They do eggs pretty late on Sunday, but I just couldn't. My appetite was just not there. I just woke up too late.
Well, I mean, good protein, the chicken.
Good protein, yeah.
There we go.
We always.
I don't know why I'm judging him. I also had chicken tacos. That was one of the better things, I would say.
It was decent. It was decent.
Like, the flavor was there.
I mean, I always put like the sour cream on it, and like that always makes it. It is sour cream, right? I hope it's sour cream.
I don't like sour cream, so I never eat that. I just do. So good, I did some tomatoes, some lettuce, and a little bit of ranch, and then some red onions. That was
okay.
Not
That's
a very breakfasty topping, but
no, but it's okay. You do what you got to do. To be honest,
you got to do what you got to do to make it taste.
Yeah, we got an exam in like 2 days, so
well, I mean, a day and a bit.
A day and a bit. Yeah, like a day basically.
It's technically in 2 days' time. Today's Sunday. Happy Easter, by the way.
Happy Easter for those who celebrate it. Happy
Easter.
Yeah.
Easter, so
there you go.
There's that.
Happy belated Easter.
Yes.
Happy belated Easter, guys.
But yeah, so we're writing our statics exam on Tuesday.
Yep.
So it has been
an interesting time. It's been a bit of
some long days.
Bit of a long day today. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's I thought was one of my better subjects throughout the semester. Grades wise, it is.
Yeah.
But going through some of this stuff,
content wise, it's a little
the second
intensive.
half was definitely a lot more than the first.
I agree.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll keep you guys updated. I feel okay about it.
Yeah, I feel fine as long as
I'm
I
not
get
thinking like an 80 or anything like that. Look, 55, 60, 50, really. I'll take a 40.9.
40.9.
40.1 is
a little more
need.
Practice. Just a little more practice.
Yeah, no.
We'll make somewhat perfect. Not perfect though.
It'll make better.
It'll make better.
So tomorrow's plan is to grind.
Yes.
Just
very much.
Practice problems.
No podcast will be recorded tomorrow.
No, that's why.
Not that we're recording one today, which is not 24 hours from the last one at all.
We have to be recording today.
No. I'm just making a.
Don't listen to him.
Okay, don't listen to me.
His brain has been like
it's gone.
Crunched up with all the work that he's had to do. So don't pay attention to that.
I'm actually just gonna walk out. You got this one.
Oh yeah, just completely by myself talking to absolutely nothing. I'm sure that'll work.
That'll be great.
That'll work very well. But yeah, so and then I know, guys, it's a sad time, but unfortunately I'm leaving like straight after the exam.
Yeah.
So this is the last podcast. We know it's only the second one, but it's the last podcast that's gonna be
with this set.
Yeah, in the set.
It's not really a set. It's just kind of.
Oh no! Everything is strategically placed.
It is
to make you guys think.
It is.
There's some that like. I don't know what I'm saying.
I think today we're just kind of cooked, and we don't actually know what we're saying. We don't even know if this is going to be coherent at all. But we're
going to try our best.
We're going to try our best for you guys because we want you guys to have the best listening / watching / maybe you're just doing the dishes while listening to this. Best experience doing the dishes possible.
Yes.
So
you missed a spot, by the way.
You missed a spot. Yeah. Get back to it.
make sure you check that. Don't listen. That's the thing, right? Like they don't have to listen to us too intently because it's like a super serious conversation. So
Yeah.
you won't miss spots on your dishes.
Exactly. If you're
That's a
driving
good
right
thing.
now, look out! Look out!
Okay, we cannot be held legally responsible for any accidents that happen. If we are, all those papers should be
To me,
passed to his side because
yes.
I mean,
I will be putting
he'll
my
just-
personal email in there for you to send it to
Yes.
and for me to delete. So
well, yeah, we'll see about that one. I
we'll
don't
see
know.
about
We'll see if Marcus disappears all of a sudden, then you guys know because he's been deported because he made someone.
for one of many
Yeah.
reasons.
Okay, don't say that. Just like in case you're listening, guys, immigration officers or anything.
I'm a good
He's a
person.
stand-up guy.
I'm a great guy.
He hasn't jaywalked a single time since
Never.
coming to this country.
Never.
Completely legal, everything. He's a good.
Even the drugs are legal. So
Yeah, you don't have to like bunny hop.
I don't really
around
have to worry about that one. Back home I would have, but
So yeah, but so yeah, as I was saying, unfortunately leaving on Tuesday.
How are you feeling?
It's a weird one. Like I don't think I've ever wanted to leave this much, but at the same time, not. Yeah. It's pretty conflicting. Like all the other times that I've moved, it's really been like I'm super excited about moving, and obviously there's like sad things about leaving family behind and all of that, but you're kind of hyper focused on the
what's coming.
Yeah,
right?
because it's such a big task. But this time it's like I know I'll be back in a few months' time, but and we'll still be roommates, but it won't be like the same.
Yeah.
Because we'll have different rooms.
I won't be able to hear him snoring at night anymore.
Okay, well, he acts like he's innocent. Well, he is not, I guarantee.
I won't be able to watch him sleep anymore without opening the door. Maybe I still can. We'll see.
Yeah, no, if he keeps super quiet and can make sure to open the door without it creaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Should be good. Because I'm quite a light sleeper, so how he watches me now is beyond me. I thought I would have picked up on that, but maybe I've just gotten so used to it that
it just doesn't affect him anymore.
Affect me anymore. So... Yeah, but then we'll be heading home. Marcus has got a few more exams than I do.
I do.
A few more exams than I do. Well, I had 3, but I didn't write one of them, and you have 4. So technically speaking, he only has 1 more than I do. But because I didn't write the one, he has 2 more. So he's writing physics.
Yes.
3 days
after statics. And then right after physics, I have calc, which is going to be amazing. Just amazing. I mean, what more could I ask for than 1 day to study for a whole
1 day?
It's literally the next day. I write physics and then like I write calc immediately after on the 27th.
So I mean, you barely started studying for physics.
Exactly. So you see the boat I'm in. you know.
But in all fairness, his calc exam is a take-home exam. So
yes, exactly.
He's going to be a good student and sit at his desk.
I will.
And focus on his own work.
I will.
And make sure that he is able to do it. It is open book, right?
Yes, it's open notes, I believe.
So
I will check our course outline and bleep this whole thing out if I have to to protect myself. but let's just say yes, it is open notes, I think. Okay. Because everything else has been like we do quizzes every week, which is its own thing, but they're worth like 7% of our grade each week. But those are always open book too. So and you can have like notes on your laptop open and that kind of stuff. So it's not terrible, but 1 day to study for that was I'm gonna have to do like some calc along with the physics, I think.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like organizing my notes to like be more organized for the open book exam.
Yeah.
Or take home exam, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the proper term is, but
I think because I mean, what you've got, like realistically, any take home exam is open book. If you think about it, like
look, the biggest thing is that you're not supposed to work. You're not supposed to work with other people, even though I feel like it goes without saying that some people are going to do that. Not me.
I don't think some people. I think a lot of people.
A lot of people are probably going to do that. Not me though.
He's a good boy.
I'm a good man. Good boy.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I just hope it goes well, to be honest, and I hope our statics goes well. I'm a little nervous for it, but I mean, that could be said about any exam, I think. I just hope it goes okay.
Yeah, no, hopefully. So, how long is there between? So you have to move out of this room by the 29th.
Yep.
So how is that going to look then? When do your classes start for the spring semester? Or your class, should I
Oh,
say?
yeah, my one class, which is Math 375, which is a course that everyone says is super hard and you should definitely take it alone if you can.
Jumping straight into the deep end
So
from
that's
277 to
exactly,
375. Yeah.
exactly. But I think that might be the best way for me, just because I know I would probably get destroyed if I did 6 classes in a semester. Um, but as for when they start, ah, I'm kind of forgetting now, to be honest. I was literally like calling my mom the other day and talking about when it started, and I
Mhm.
totally forgot now. So
Is it like first
it's
week
pretty
of
quick though. I
June?
literally have like I think I have like a week break,
Okay.
like a week or maybe 2 weeks at most break, and then I start math again. So not
It's
not
not
very
much, but
long.
it's better than nothing.
It's better than oh yeah. I mean
That's
I'll
good.
take it over nothing, right? I'll take it
Yeah.
over nothing. But also I'm I know everyone's like, or no, I mean even I am like, oh my gosh, like I have to get right back into work. But
Mhm.
in a way, I kind of don't mind too much because if I went home for like both spring and summer,
Yeah.
that's like 3 months just kind of gone.
I
And
mean,
it's
closer
like
on 4 months. It's a long
closing
time.
in on 4 months, right?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's obviously it's amazing to see family again, and like, I mean,
Mhm.
my parents maybe are watching this. My brother also may be watching this. I
Shout out to
miss
you guys if
shout
you
out
are.
you guys. I love you guys so much, and I miss you guys every day, and I call you almost every day if I can. I
I can
try.
attest to that. He
I do
does.
try. Um, but and it's gonna be great to see you guys again. August ish is when I'll get to go back for a tiny bit, just because
For
we
like the bit of time before the.
yeah before the fall semester next year in our second year.
Like beginning of second year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we have a plane ticket and it kind of like needs to be used somehow.
Mhm.
So I'll be home for like a week basically, which is not terrible.
What do you mean? You've got a plane ticket and
So
needs
we
to be
we
used?
booked a flight initially for like May when we thought I would
Oh,
be
okay.
home, but then I was like, hey guys, in order to not hate myself in second year, I kind of have to stay and do some classes now.
Mhm.
But now we just got that plane ticket that
Okay.
needs to be rebooked for a different day. So
Mhm.
we booked it for August so I can go home and like for like a week
Okay.
and just hang out there.
Mhm.
I think that'll be quite nice. But yes, so what was I even saying before that?
Just talking about like the math, I think.
Yes, so sorry, yeah, I'm actually kind of glad in a way that I can sort of just keep working, because that way I don't feel as much like I'm wasting time because I am also like a bit older than most students. I know some
Mhm.
other 20-year-old students. Yes, age reveal, I'm 20. um, but I know some other 20-year-olds, but I do sometimes feel like okay, like I should definitely not fall behind if I can in any way.
Yeah.
So this is a good way of ensuring number one that I don't fall behind, number two that I don't fall too much out of the habit of studying as well. Because again, if I went home
Yeah.
for both
Mhm.
spring and summer, it would be quite a while to not be doing anything with my brain.
And there's not really any like a job that you could get or anything there for the
Back home,
yeah.
I could probably do internships again. I've done one internship with a company. I don't know if I should say their name, but like with an engineering company in Botswana. There's only like one, so you'll probably know what it is if you if you do like one Google search. But I mean, I did an internship with them, and like that was good, but it wasn't very long.
Mhm.
It also didn't pay anything. So
Yeah.
maybe now that I'm actually an engineering student, because that was before I was actually in university.
Mhm.
So maybe if I did it now as a student, I'd maybe get like a job and
Possibly, yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
even if it's like very low pay, which I would do. But I don't know. I don't know. There's no guarantee. I'd rather try
Exactly,
and maybe
yeah.
work here and then also again just
Mhm.
like do the
Yes.
courses to kind of get ahead a bit and hopefully that works out.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm kind of glad that I get to still do stuff.
Yeah, no, that's good. And so just a bit of context for you guys. Like in South Africa, because there's a much higher unemployment rate, like students working at like restaurants, being like waiters and waitresses, working in fast food places, that doesn't happen
It's not really a
because
thing.
all those
Yeah.
jobs are taken by other people. And so that's why I just asked him like about the job thing, is because like we couldn't just go post up at a McDonald's for the
We
summer
really I mean I couldn't anyway because I'm not actually a citizen of Botswana and so they don't actually let you work like
there. Well,
anywhere.
they
They don't. Okay, they don't. You can try. You can still sort of do it. Like I mean, I did tutoring for a while,
Mhm.
sort of independently
Like
for
off the
like
books kind
yeah,
of.
kind of like yeah, just like
Dodge the
for
tax
friends.
man.
Yeah, okay. So,
Cash only.
I can't say that on the air, but like, but you know, like kind of just for like family friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like,
and they paid you in food.
charge like pay like food basically, right? Like I mean, you charge like nothing. So
3 bananas, 2 Tic Tacs,
a couple bananas
and a peanut.
for a hard day's work. You know, I mean, honestly, like going back to my roots, you know, my ancestors. I think I think that's kind of the way. But how many bananas could you buy with like an engineer salary? Do you think?
Ooh,
Let's like do a quick estimation. Like how much
entry level?
Yeah, like
engineer,
like
like
let's
straight
say,
out of school.
Yeah, like let's say like the average mechanical engineer. How many bananas could they buy in their first year? I know this is a complete segue from what we were just talking about.
I used to work in a grocery store.
Okay.
So I should know the average price of a banana. Are we talking, because they do sell like the bruised and brown bananas for like cheaper?
Oh.
Or just like.
Do they really do that here?
Yeah. Because like then people can use them for like banana bread.
Oh, back home it's just.
Oh yeah, no, you just
whatever
you sell
got
everything. There's no special
treatment.
treatment.
No.
So like I think let's go for normal price.
Let's just say like a bunch of bananas, green bananas, like nice good bananas, you know.
You can't say green bananas and then say good bananas.
Okay, ripe bananas.
Ripe yellow
bananas.
Sweet, succulent.
Yes, but not too yellow.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's think. I would guess, then again, inflation.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure most of the bananas we had up there came from like California. But I don't know if there's tariffs on food. I'm gonna guess.
Let's assume normal
conditions.
Say
like, let's just say $1 for a banana
per banana.
Yes, I think that's
that's reasonable. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. But then that means just like whatever the salary is times the bananas.
Okay, 50 cents. No, 33 cents. 33.333 recurring cents per banana. So $1 for 3 bananas.
Sure.
So
I can't do the math.
Just multiply the salary by 3.
By 3. Okay. What's an engineer salary? Like 70K? No, it's starting? Yeah, starting 70K. I have no idea.
We don't know.
We don't know actually.
Okay, so let's go with that. 210,000 bananas. How long do you think it would take you to eat 210,000 bananas?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay.
I love bananas. I mean, Will knows. I like take bananas from the DC.
It's the one fruit that he brings home.
In my pocket, and I just pocket banana.
And then he puts them in the fridge.
They're better cold. Comment down below how you eat your bananas. Tell me.
You gotta put them out with some like avocados in the bowl because it helps ripen the bananas.
How do the avocados ripen the bananas?
I don't know, but it's a thing. Like it does genuinely.
Comment down below if it's a thing.
First ever conspiracy theory: avocados ripen bananas. If you keep them close to each other, they do. They ripen faster and they taste better. Do some research, you'll see. I'm not making this up. I am coming from a place.
You know, we should say that, but like with something completely made up. Like, guys, trust me. Like if you plug your fridge in backwards,
it gets warm.
It becomes a heater. It also makes fire.
Don't trust anything. Like the fact that he says that tells you that you should not be taking
any advice from us.
Well, I wouldn't say any, but
financial advice from us.
Okay, yeah. Let's just put that out right now. Disclaimer: anything we say about money or investing or anything like that,
or health wise,
is not. We're not putting it out there as like actual genuine advice. If you need financial advice, go to a financial advisor. Talk to someone. Oh, actually, no, don't talk to someone who works at a bank because I don't like banks. So that's just me.
This is also not financial advice.
Yes, no, like
this part that he just said now is also
not. I'm
not
going to start rambling about the banks because they've done me over one too many times, and so I think I have a bad view of them. I think they steal your money. I think they don't have your best interest at heart whatsoever because why would they? They're a business at the end of the day. They have to make money. So I personally think that you should have your... Okay, no, this is turning... We're not going to give you financial advice. That is a dangerous road to go down.
This is going a little far, I think.
As much as I want to preach about that,
it's
I'm gonna restrain myself.
It's beyond the scope of what we're doing.
Yes, exactly.
It's a fair conversation for another podcast.
Yes, for another day.
Yes.
Probably not on this podcast.
Maybe with a finance major.
Yes.
We can talk to them about it.
I don't know
I
if
don't-
their advice
I-
would be much
probably
better than
not.
ours.
Might not even be sober, to be honest. But,
Okay.
but like, it's okay. We don't judge.
Well,
Okay, we do judge a little bit.
sometimes a little bit.
Sometimes a tiny bit.
But don't worry. Again, we're not gonna like have that on here. We'll have those discussions behind closed doors so that you guys don't
Exactly.
have to be.
Unless you want to see them, then we will do them.
Basically, guys, nothing is off limits.
Nothing is-
If you
if
want us to
you-
talk about it, let us know, and we will talk about
If
it.
you want us to start an OnlyFans, we will. We will. Oh, okay, I will.
Okay, I think we need to move on from this now. It's just for anyone out there who doesn't know, it's like a platform where you just sell different kinds of fans
yes,
and whatever.
it's only for
And
fans.
like so like it's kind of like you could buy some pretty interesting fans on that, that's
Yeah,
for sure. There's
yeah.
some interesting ones. But anyways, we thought today we might talk a little bit about not the cold water.
Oh no! Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no,
It's a dorm, so you know.
you're gonna get people walking around outside. I did notice in the last episode I was watching through it and there was like this massive thump somewhere through, I think in like the first 10 or 15 minutes.
I think that might have been me.
We have
think-
no clue where it came from because we don't remember hearing anything. But again,
Yeah.
Marcus was like grabbing at his chair.
I was. I don't
so
know
he
what was
might
going
have just
on.
like,
Yeah,
done
there.
something
That's
like that or
probably what it
whatever.
was. You know.
and then, so
And we just
yeah,
kind of didn't
we-
realize. Like I was rocking back and forth too, so maybe I just like
Ah.
hit the thing,
that is very possible.
hit the
yes.
leg of my bed, maybe.
I did also want to mention, we know that we said like that intro podcast or the intro to the podcast actually pretty much ended up being like an entire podcast on its own. Like once we finished, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we made our predictions, right? People who are like here from last time,
Yeah,
you know, he said 38 minutes and I said 37 minutes.
and I won. I was
He
closer.
did, as you would have seen, like on the last one, it was
but
like
only
55 minutes.
yeah, only
So-
because it was so long. I don't know how long the actual podcast will end up being when I cut things down and like change stuff up, but probably,
probably
50 minutes
Not, yeah, probably
at
around
most,
like
or
50
at
maybe.
least. I wouldn't say at least actually 50 minutes.
I don't think there's like too much to cut out.
There's just a bit of the front, but we don't have to talk about the editing. But like a bit, of, you know, once I cut it down, you'll see how long. You'll already know. Actually, you tell me.
Yes, comment down below.
Comment down below how
how
long the
long-
episode is.
Yes, exact minutes, seconds, everything we want to know.
Milliseconds.
And also let us know what your favorite part about that was, you know.
yeah,
And
tell us. We want to hear your feedback. We want to know what you like, what you don't like, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's important, right?
Yeah.
So,
But anyways, getting back to the topic before we were rudely interrupted by
by
girls complaining about how the cold water wouldn't turn on. I'm assuming in like a shower or something.
probably.
How do you complain about the cold water not turning on? If the
Well-
hot water doesn't turn on, I think that's more of an issue than if the
Yes,
cold water doesn't
I mean
turn
it
on.
is, but I feel like without the cold, the hot just kind of runs rampant. You know, rampant.
But in
and
some
like
of these showers,
and
like
destroys you.
we have some of what I believe to
Oh,
be the worst showers in the world. Okay, we
Genuinely.
have 3 showers. 2 of them are like cubicle showers, which I don't like.
they're
At
just
all.
really small. If you're any wider than this
a
wide,
penny.
you're gonna. If you're any wider than like this fork, then you're gonna have a bit of a time trying to shower in there. And then there's one
And
other
any
one.
taller than like these
About-
beds,
about
which
yay
by the
big.
way are like up to my hips.
Exactly right.
So, and I'm 6'1", just for reference.
And 3/4.
And 3/4. Yeah, actually, that,
Yeah.
I should have just said like 6'2". Why not 6'6"? You know, I mean, round up.
Yeah,
make it
and
even
that
half.
makes me 6'4". So like, so like, I will take that. You know, I don't see anything wrong with that, to be honest. So
But yeah, no, those they're and then the third shower is like a bathtub shower, but it's always full of hair.
for a while, it was so clogged, like you couldn't shower in there without it turning into a bath mid shower, but just for your feet,
and then you
and
would, like,
also
slip around
with
all over the
other
place.
people's hair in there,
It's-
so you can't even really
the
enjoy
hair
it.
is genuinely a big
It's
issue.
so
Like
bad.
it's always in there, and it's
So
like,
bad. I know the culprit. I think I know who you are.
Maybe it's you.
It's not me. My hair's not that long. But no. There's like, it looks like a girl's hair in there. Not that guys can have long hair. I had long hair for a while.
It was quite interesting.
Have you seen the picture?
I have.
Okay, yes.
He's gonna put the picture in.
I will
right
put.
Here.
I will not do that. I almost agreed. I was like, I will do that. No, I won't. At 10K, I will. along with the shirtless episode.
No, the shirtless episode is a 1K.
Oh shoot. Okay, fine.
We'll do the picture. Okay, I also had, my hair was not nearly as long as his, but I did have long hair. So at 1K, we'll show you guys the picture of both of our long hair.
Yes.
And then at 10K,
this I agree with.
Then, that's ramping up too much. At 5K, Marcus will do a podcast without his shirt on.
Yes.
And he's gonna go to the gym right beforehand.
And it will be good. It will be great. I will put baby oil on myself. Or let you do it. We'll see. We'll see how he feels.
But yeah, so the showers, like,
they're terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
They made me want to leave for a bit.
No, at the beginning of first semester, both of us genuinely
legitimately considered and talked to my parents about just
getting an apartment,
just leaving, because I know okay, if there's no girls watching this,
probably no,
who aren't our mom or your sister. He doesn't have a sister. I mean, we shouldn't reveal information, but
guys, I'm from a family of 16 siblings.
Yes.
I have 9 brothers, 4 sisters. He's an only child.
I was raised by chipmunks.
Yes.
Exactly.
Chipmunks. Just 2 chipmunks? I thought you mentioned a weevil as well.
A weevil. What's a weevil?
You don't know what a weevil is?
Is it like a small mammal?
It's like a bug.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Guys, I promise I'm not stupid.
As we said, it's been a long day, okay? Cut us a break, please.
What did I think? I think I thought of a weasel when you said a weevil.
Oh,
and I was like, small mammal. Anyway, the showers are quite bad. They made me want to leave. Now they're fine though. I have adjusted.
Yeah. No, it's become part of the experience, I think. Next year we'll have our own bathroom. This bathroom, between 3 showers, there's 20 people who live on the corridor.
Yeah, when I first read that on the webpage I thought that was insane.
But literally, I think I've had
terrified.
3 times this whole year where I've gone to shower and there's been someone else.
Oh, someone's waiting. Yeah,
it's really not that.
It's not that crazy. I mean, I shower. Do I actually shower twice as much as you? Because I go to the gym and then I shower right after. I have to shower after.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Let's call it 1.85, because sometimes you'll shower twice a day. Sometimes you'll shower 3 times a day. I think I've only showered twice a day, once.
Yeah.
I am clean, ladies. I know that there's
no ladies watching this.
But guys, I promise you, I do shower. I stay clean.
Yes, he does.
To the men out there who don't shower, you're disgusting.
And you
shower
need
every day.
Please
wash your hair, put on deodorant, and cut your fingernails, man. Nothing else gets to me more than guys who walk around with long fingernails.
But it's not even about look, it's not if they're styled kind of, then sure. But when they're just long and yellow and broken, I don't get it.
And you've got crud underneath.
That's what I'm saying, right?
It's
if they were
gross.
clean, and they were kind of kept, then it's a little better, I guess.
I still don't.
I mean, okay, that's Will.
Sure, man, cut your nails.
Don't be a sissy boy. You gotta... But it's just that there's no effort. You know what I mean? It's when I had long hair, right? All it was long hair. It wasn't taken care of.
Yeah.
It was just really long hair that was just a puffy mane. You know, but if I actually took care of it,
you had to blame with the Lions guys.
Exactly,
so
exactly right. When they come to my house, but I would have to do something to it for it to look good, right? And I just didn't do that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If you want to have stuff grown out, just keep it clean.
You gotta
take it from me. Take it from me. Okay, I'm not even saying this as you guys are gross. Just take it from me. Okay, I've had long hair and had it look terrible because I didn't know how to take care of it. So just take care of yourself, guys. This is a self-help podcast.
Yes, it is.
This is about
we're just looking out for you guys. That genuinely is something that can make a huge difference. And Marcus is much more of a ladies' man than I am. He's
okay. All right.
But just the simple stuff, and not even just when it comes to girls, just the general impression that you leave on people, just something as simple as self-hygiene goes a really long way.
I mean, it helps you professionally too, I mean, if you walk into an interview, imagine, right? You walk outside of your Eng class, whatever, right? And then magically the CEO of like
Jeff Bezos
is
standing outside
walks
your
out
classroom.
and he's like, "Hey, I'm interested in giving 10 of you internships," right? And then you're like, "Hello, Mr. Bezos," and he looks at your hand and goes like, "Oh my gosh!"
You can literally see like the stink lines coming up,
like it's a cartoon, like it's just like, you know, like it's got that like sound effect that plays. Yeah, don't do that because Bezos doesn't like that. Old Jeffy, doesn't like that. I don't think. Actually, we don't know. Maybe he does.
We're gonna go with he.
We're gonna go with he doesn't though.
Like that. Yeah,
I'm gonna assume he doesn't. This is a very like this episode compared to last episode is so unhinged.
Like, well, I mean, like last episode was a little bit more planned, right?
Weirdly enough, the first.
Not to say that this one is unplanned, but we just last time we had a very clear agenda about what we actually wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And like the intro stuff that we wanted to do. Whereas this is kind of more what you'll see regularly.
Yeah. Well, there's no corresponding video with this, so I mean, this is like a really random one. Well, we can still talk about like we wanted to do kind of like an end of year recap sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we'll go into that a little bit maybe. But in future there will be maybe some corresponding videos to give the podcast a bit more structure, and then there'll be like.
But then again, like I do think there will just be some episodes where it's like we just yap.
Yes, for sure.
Like, and I know that I listen to some podcasts because that's like just what they do. And sure, it's nice to have some like organized content sometimes.
Yeah.
But I feel like a big thing with podcasts
is the like, free flowing sort of nature of the conversation. Yeah. Which I mean that's again why we kind of thought to start this podcast, because we were like, well, we always have these conversations that like they go on, and we're like, well, we end up landing on a completely different topic, and we're like, oh, that's interesting. How we get here? And we're like, I don't know. But like now we can kind of like see and just be like, oh well, we talked about this and share with you guys and have fun with it. So yeah. But yes, there will be, it's mostly going to be random stuff, a little bit of structure here and there, and then maybe just to spice things up, like we have some ideas for like that the whole episode. I won't spoil anything because it's actually quite a good idea.
Yes.
And I wanted
we
to
think so at least. We'll see. We'll see what you guys think.
Yes.
I think you'll like it though.
Should be good. We've got at least 2 or 3 things that we know we're gonna be quite happy with, I think.
Yeah.
By the end.
So
hopefully.
Keep an eye out for those.
Yes.
They will be coming. I don't know when, but sometime in the future.
Well, it's actually, I was thinking about it the other day, it's actually kind of good because it means that we can kind of build up some momentum before we hit the bigger ideas.
Yes.
Because that way we know kind of like more of what we're doing, and we don't waste the big ideas when we don't have any experience and we don't know what we're doing as much. So I think it's a good thing actually. If we can just have some of these like not filler, but kind of just like more just random, like, oh, we're just talking about our day. We're talking about what's going on in our lives. Episodes. Yeah.
But I think it's also a good way for us to like learn our audience, but then also just like figure out how we like to do things. Like
for sure. I mean, even just editing like the first podcast, I know, which hasn't actually been done yet, but on recording this, but it's gonna be like quite a learning experience for me, especially because I'm the one who's heading up sort of the podcast editing. Will's again the short form sort of focused guy, but I mean, I'm gonna learn a lot probably editing the first one and even this one, so it's gonna be good. I think hopefully it'll get exponentially better sort of as we go on.
For all of you guys out there who don't know what an exponential function is, it kind of just means that it like starts out kind of slow, but then it just like picks up and just goes crazy
very rapidly.
So yes, that is the plan. But I also think that like the editing is a very marketable skill. Yes. Like it's something that is very prevalent in this day and age, and I think that even if we don't really use it for much, like it's a good skill to know how to have. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll like join a club or something, and they need something done like that.
Exactly. I mean,
we can do and
look, when exactly right, because I mean, like, look, when I was in high school, I did I made some videos for a blood drive that we would do every so often in my school, and I was the guy who would like edit the videos for that too. So I've got some like a little bit of experience here and there with editing. So when I figure things out, even though I'm just like standing behind you and like probably do that, it's like it's not just because I'm magically good at editing. I've done it before. Also, I think the thump you heard might have been upstairs because it just happened again. And that's been a whole thing.
Yes. Okay, let's get into this because this is the juice at the center of our lives. Okay, so...
Wait.
Marcus's phone
I've got a phone call.
How rude.
I've got a phone call coming in. It's my friend Daniel.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to ignore it.
Yes, Daniel is a finance major. He's going to be our roommate next year.
Econ major.
Does he want to go into finance? Last time he talked to me, he talked about finance.
Probably.
What's the difference?
I don't know. We'll have to have him on the episode and find out. I think econ is like they study economics, right? Mm-hmm. Like economic policies, monetary policies, that kind of stuff. And then finance is like, I guess, more like bank related stuff or like like that kind of stuff. Comment down below if you know what the hell this actually is about. We actually don't know,
because we might be offending some people right now. So
I'm a finance major and I do this. Okay, sorry.
Be nice about it, guys, please.
Yes, please. We are very sensitive people.
Back to the thumping story.
Yes.
We had no issues with our upstairs neighbors first semester.
None whatsoever.
Didn't hear a peep out of them. It was completely fine. We were happy with it.
Exactly.
Then when even the first bit of the second semester,
it was fine.
It was okay.
It started for me at least on reading week. Like the first, not the first. There's only one reading week, but on reading week when you went home and I was here because I can't go home because I'm African. Not that being African is.
I'm African. He's also home, African.
Okay. I couldn't go to the motherland of Africa. Whereas
it is very far.
It is very far away. It's a 21-hour flight away. For those who don't know.
2 flights.
2 flights. Yes.
There's not a plane that can go.
There's no plane that does that.
Not yet.
Not yet. We will make it. There we go. You see, there you go. What was I talking about?
Reading week, the thumping.
Yes, the thumping during reading week. Thank you. You keep me on track, you know. So I was here trying to sleep/study for my physics exam.
At the same time.
My physics midterm at the same time, yes. Trying to get some rest, trying to do some studying as well. I'm just correcting the frog, sorry. And then I would just hear just like kind of like thumping. I hope whoever's down there. Sorry.
Now we're being
them. We have to be better. But I would just hear this like thumping from upstairs. And I would try and communicate back to them and be like, hey, I'm downstairs. Why thumping? And I would like smack my shoe on the ceiling. like a crazy person.
There's actually like a boot print.
There's a boot print up there.
The ceiling because you can't see them, but no, you can.
It happened again when Will was here.
Yes,
and he tried to communicate with them as well. Yeah, if you've ever, I don't know if you guys have seen Friends. You probably have, where like the old guy who's downstairs hits his like broom against the ceiling. That was me, and also Will for a while, and it just didn't stop, and it still happens sometimes, as you may have heard. I don't know if it probably didn't pick it up because these mics are quite good about like background audio.
Maybe only the best quality.
Maybe only the best quality. Maybe we sound crazy. Maybe every time we talk about thumping, they're like, what are you talking about? There's no thumping.
We promise, guys.
But there is.
It does exist.
It's not just in our heads.
We're not making it might be.
It could be.
But we don't think so.
We hope not.
But yeah, so that's been one of like the showers again were like a bit of an issue that we got used to. Yeah. Oh, then people just like dropping absolute like oil tanker size anchors in the toilet.
Oh.
And like literally not being able to flush.
Literally, oh my goodness. I remember this one time, I swear, like there's 4 stalls, right?
Yeah.
2 of the 4 were clogged.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like a politically correct clog where it's mostly toilet paper. I'm talking about like a full on like get out of my swamp level, like it's clogged with just the biggest log you've seen. like incomprehensibly big. And I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know how that even like happens, to be honest.
They were clogged for such a long time. Like same thing with the shower. Like I don't.
It just takes forever for them to fix it.
And like at the beginning of the semester, one of the taps like by the sinks leaked like anything. And this is during like
we're listening for something right now. What are we listening for?
No.
Okay.
In the place where we are.
Oh, you were trying not to say the
exactly. There was a bit of a water issue, and so they were like being to the students like, save water, all this stuff and whatever, like obviously putting it on us. And then we've got this tap that's probably leaking like 100, 200 liters of water a day that they took like probably 2 months to fix. And it got worse and worse, and then they put a
And
bin underneath it, and then
like
the bin
that's
would
gonna
fill
do
up and would
anything.
overflow and like flood the entire bathroom floor.
Yeah.
And so, and now like the shower is leaking.
The bathtub
but
one, it's
leaking
like it's
bad.
really like I thought it was me at first. Like I thought when I closed it and I kind of like came back the next day, I was like, oh, like did I not close it or did
Yeah.
someone not close it properly? And then I try and close it as hard as I can, like really putting some like force in there, and it just still leaks. It leaks like it's just open, and it's
It
like
literally sounds like someone is
Yeah,
showering.
and it's
it
like-
leaks that bad.
and I'm like, do I tell someone about this? Am I supposed to like do I become like Waterman and just like try and save the water? You know, like try and email people and be like, hello, there's water leaking again. Like, how do
But
you
also,
even...
that system is so unnecessarily complicated. Like,
Oh, like the system,
the
the
thing that they
reporting
use,
like
yeah,
an issue
to report
system.
the maintenance
It's
issues.
so yeah. I just call them because that's the fastest way to get them to actually like respond. Because if you don't fill out that request correctly, it just takes you like a million years to actually get a request out. And when you do, I don't think there's even a way of knowing if they've like seen it or like
No,
are
there's
going
not,
to
like-
respond to it. Whereas when you call them, like I
Mhm.
had to call them because I got locked out of my room one time, also during reading week. So Will wasn't even here to help me.
Yeah.
I didn't get locked out. The lock stopped working, so I didn't like lose my key or leave my key inside or something. I just genuinely could not open the door with the key. But what I had to do was just call them because I was like, well, for
At least
one,
you had your phone.
if I didn't have my phone,
that would have.
I would have like
different story.
I keep thinking about this. I'll talk about that in a minute. But like I had to just call them because that was the most reliable way of like getting it, knowing that someone's gonna fix it right now. Because I had to study, right? When my exam was, I was like, I need to study, so someone's got to come like now, right? But I kept thinking, yeah, like what Will's saying, I like it could have been so much worse. I could have been showering for one when I got locked out. I got locked out when I was going to pick up a parcel, thankfully. But I could have been showering.
A package for those among you who don't know what a parcel
Sorry,
is.
a package. Americans. But is it really? Oh, okay. But but like I could have been showering. I could have been butt naked, no phone, no nothing, just a towel to my name. You know.
I think that doesn't constitute butt naked if
No,
you
no,
have a towel.
But like, okay, but like for example, right? I mean, you're not gonna want to go out in just a towel, are you? But like, what else would I have done? I would have had to like knock on everyone's door. And mind you, this is reading week. No one's actually here. All right. So I would have had to like go around to every door hoping someone was home. I don't think even the CA was home.
There is a payphone downstairs.
A payphone?
Yeah, like a
oh,
like a
downstairs
a wall
though.
mounted.
No,
like,
but
in
like
the basement.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I'd have to like venture out in my towel like a caveman. Like, you know, like wrap it around like a loincloth and kind of just like be
sumo wrestler.
Exactly, kind of like walk like that to hoping no one like, you know, gets me like a little Marilyn Monroe kind of like with my skirt flying up. I mean, it was crazy. I was like, oh, that didn't happen. That didn't. I should clarify that. That's what didn't happen.
That's what could have happened.
Well,
That's
it could have happened.
Glad that didn't happen.
And every time I think about it, I'm like, thank goodness that didn't happen, because then I would have had to like, you know, be out there like Conan the Barbarian type style, you know, like knocking on the door to Rundle. Oh, I can't say that. They're gonna know where we live.
Yeah,
I'll bleep that out.
He's gonna beep that.
I don't think anyone actually cares, but like just for the interest of
for our safety,
for our own safety.
We don't want you guys like, you know, we know that
Yes.
like.
Anyway,
so
my friend's building, where he lives, Daniel. I mean, I would have. No one's gonna come out there, and I can't call him at all.
And he needs a key to
Yeah.
actually get into that building as well.
And mind you, at the time, it was too cold to actually go outside without a jacket, so I wouldn't have even been able to like go to. Well, you know what building? Like, oh my gosh, this is so hard
building.
to do. The building where you go to get stuff done.
Yeah.
to have things taken care of. I wouldn't even be able to go there because I needed to wear a jacket. And it's, I think you. Oh yeah, because our dining center thing was closed.
Yes.
For reading week.
Was it?
I want to say it was. Am I wrong?
Whole of reading week. No, I think it was closed during Christmas.
Yeah, I think you're right actually.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's a pain in the ass to actually get there, and it would have been crazy if that happened, which it didn't. Thankfully, hopefully it never happens. Maybe it will.
Hopefully. I've been very lucky when it likes come to stuff like that. I've only been locked out of the room like twice, and that was very early on first semester when we still kind of like, he was straight like straight from South Africa, so he was still very much. I mean, we both are still very much in the mindset of like we need to lock the door when we leave, kind of thing.
Yeah, we should touch on that. We actually lock the door every time, and
a lot of
almost
people we
no
know
one does that.
Don't.
Yeah,
they just leave their door open the whole time, which like to us is just crazy because in South Africa you do not do that.
You do not do that ever.
If you do that, you are guaranteed to get robbed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not something we do, but we've kind of like learned each other's schedules a little bit better. And
yeah.
So,
well, also that was a special case because I was like running to get my SIN number.
Oh, yes.
I guess it's the N means number, so I can't really say SIN. It's just my
People
SIN.
just say this SIN number.
But like my SIN, I was gonna go get it, and I was running, and I locked the door on the way out, not thinking, oh, he's showering. And but thankfully you had your clothes with you.
Yes.
You don't do what I do.
No, I don't.
Just,
I
like,
always take my clothes with me to the shower just in case that happens.
That's a pretty good play. I should probably learn from that, but I don't. But yes, that's the only time I've locked Will out. He did lock me out one time when he was in DC, but
luckily, yeah, that's.
I mean, that was a quick thing, and
it's
I
not very far away,
I went to hang out with other people, and it was fine. So it's not a big deal. But yeah. So that's the times we've been locked out by each other. I don't know what prompted that at all, but
yeah, no, I mean, luckily it hasn't been like too many times. And then yeah, as I said, we kind of like learned each other's schedule a little bit better. And actually in second semester, like Marcus switched over from his classes to mine, so all our classes were the same, and so we would leave the room at the same time and like kind of come back at a similar time as well. So
yeah,
then there wasn't really as much confusion as in the first semester because then our schedules were very different.
Yeah. So I for context, I mean, I used to have afternoon classes where I would basically have my first class at around 1 p.m. Like that was the earliest I had was 10 a.m. But most of the time it was 1 p.m. and then it would end around like 5 or 6 p.m., which is just terrible, just horrible. But I switched out of that because I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I cannot end that late. I'd rather wake up early and just get things done, to be honest. And that's also how the real world works. The real world does not start at 1 p.m.
Nope.
The real world starts at 7 a.m.
Unless you
or earlier.
Work in like a club or something.
Oh yeah, like, which we all know we would love to do, but
well,
maybe me.
Each of their own.
Yes, but yeah. So I figured, okay, look, I've had my fun with the late mornings, or no mornings whatsoever, I should say. I should start just like getting up and going to actually do work in the morning like an adult, which I am sort of.
And I think that definitely helped our roommate-ship.
Yes, I think so too, because we were kind of like in it together. Also, I was fortunate that Will like was in an early block because I knew I wanted to switch to an early block, and just having let me just say the early classes because people might not know what I mean by block, but like
block
just the early
is basically just like
your preset classes.
Yeah, there's a preset classes. There's 6 morning blocks, 6 afternoon blocks, and you choose like a number, and then you just get put in those classes at those times. So
exactly. But I switched into Will's block, so I was with him with his early classes, and it helped a lot because it meant I didn't have to be the weirdo from the old block in the new block because I was worried about that. I was like, who am I going to sit with? Because we do a lot of group work in engineering first year, and if you don't have a group, you're kind of screwed, to be honest. Like most of the time, if you don't have a group, you're
not even just a group, like a good group.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
true.
cannot tell
you need
the
like a decent
horror
group.
Stories that this guy has told me.
Yes,
about some of his group members that he had in his old block.
That was definitely that was definitely an experience being in that block. Look, I met some very decent people in that block too. Some great people who I laughed with a lot and had a lot of. Shout out to some people in that block. Shout out to like 85% of that block. I'm willing to say like 85 to 90% of that block. Very chill people.
Like that 15%, you should call them out right now by name.
By name. I got a list actually. First and last names. I got your university ID, your emails, everything. But
we know where you live.
We literally know where you live.
Don't cross us.
Exactly. I will.
And I'll probably like come behind him, but
oh.
I'll be there in case he gets like
just like emotional support kind of. you got it. You got it. But no, yeah, there was definitely quite an intense experience a few times with that block, just because I don't know what it is with the afternoon classes. People's brains just don't handle it very well, I guess. I don't know. Like I was one of them. I was not thriving in that classes. or in those classes, I was actually like, to be honest, most of the time I was like really like clueless with some of those,
Mm.
just because it would be like late in the day and I'm like tired already,
Yeah.
even though I haven't even done anything yet. It was just it's just a weird schedule. I don't know why they even let us do it, but I guess it's like ooh, flexibility,
But I
something
guess
like
also,
that.
I mean, like at the end of the day, there's like 1,200 like first year end students. So
You got to split them up somehow, right?
yeah,
So I
and
guess it makes
unfortunately,
sense.
some people just, and I guess like it works for some people. Like,
No, yeah, I mean, I know there's this one guy, right, who's like actually very very smart in that block as well. Like he does crazy good, but he starts his day at 1 p.m. And you know what? If that works for him,
that works for him. Yeah.
go for it. Does not work for me though. I'm doing a lot better now that I'm in early classes where I can actually sort of like have a more structured day, get things done, and then I'm just done at like what, 3, 2 or 3,
I mean, like
1
most
sometimes
lecture
even.
days, we finish at like. Then again, our classes are very spread out. So, like on a Monday and Tuesday, we just have lectures, and our last class will be like from 3 to 4.
Hmm.
But then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday we finish at 1. Thursday we finish at 11. Friday we finish at 1, and then it's like just super quick, all done and everything. So yeah, but I think like this is not to say that getting up for those 8 a.m. classes are easy. I think we're fortunate enough
No,
the fact that we do live on
yeah,
campus. That
yes, for
does make it a
sure.
lot easier but for the people who have to commute and it takes like half an hour to get
That's
you every day,
must be
they have to get
crazy.
up at like 6:30
Yeah.
and everything to be here. So that's rough. But if you live on res, 8 o'clock classes, I mean most days we would get up at like 7:45,
And
literally
just
get
like
changed and just
change
leg it
immediately
there.
and
So
run.
that is something you can do. But obviously, try and aim to get your 8 hours. We
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
sometimes it is
get
tempting.
some breakfast before you go
You'll
type
be like
thing.
scrolling on your phone in bed. Next thing you know, it's like 3 in the morning. You've got a
And you're
class in
like,
5 hours.
yeah,
That's
happens, it
probably
happens.
going to happen. Try not to let that happen too
Yeah.
often. I mean, there were some days I know we had to work on this coding project. And so Marcus and I decided to. I really wasn't a big fan of my coding class. And so when we got a project, I would just be like, I'm doing this today. I'm going to start it today and I'm going to finish today. Come hell or high water, this project is getting done.
Yeah, and
And
this guy would
so
be up like at insane
he can
hours
attest to
just
this. He
doing
literally sat
coding.
next to me as I coded
Yeah.
until like 4 in the morning.
And I just watched him like just doing all this
Lose my
stuff, like
mind
drag
is
like
what he watched me
his
do.
like if he had like a sanity meter above him, it would just be like decreasing as the hours went by.
And then it actually like by the time it hit like 3:30, it actually just like broke the meter
Yeah,
completely.
it
Was
disappeared.
and they used this stupid auto grading software that I still think is a terrible idea. But so you could run the code to see if it met all the criteria. And so eventually it was like 4 in the morning, and I kept on getting like 9 out of 12, I think.
Oh
And
yeah.
at that point, I kind of just gave up for the day. I mean, I had an 8 a.m. the next day, so I had to go to bed, and I woke up with like 3.5 hours sleep. I felt terrible, but then got to the class, and some of my friends were able to help me fix it. And then I was very glad that I was able to do that. So some days, you know what, you'll need to pull some late nights.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend. I know a lot of people do like all nighters.
All the
I
time.
don't really
Everyone does
understand
it.
that.
I'm a bit of a sleep freak. Like I will literally sleep into like stupid times to get 8 hours.
His record is 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, is that my actual record?
Yes.
That was, to be fair, that was in first semester when I had like the late classes. Are you serious? Oh, I will be cutting this part out.
It was a weekend. He had a pretty rough day beforehand.
What day was this?
So
wait, do you actually know what day this was?
I can't remember. But it was definitely more than his 8 hours, his prescribed 8 hours. But you know what? He obviously needed the rest. So,
and I feel like I remember it happening, but I don't remember what the reason was even.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I don't either. But yeah, that's kind of his record. So when he says that he likes his sleep, he means he likes his sleep.
I love my sleep.
Like I struggle to get up past like 11 in the morning. To me, if I get up past 11, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
Because it feels like half the day's gone by.
I get
so
that. Oh, I still feel that, but I just do it anyway. I just do it anyway, to be honest.
So yeah, I kind of like usually like 9:30 is like the latest on like weekends. I'll get up at 9:30. And then during the week when I can sleep in a little bit later, I'll get up at 9. But yeah, I still do like to get my 8 hours. My thing is like if I'm used to the amount of sleep that I'm getting, then I'm fine. Even if it's less than 8 hours. But if I try and change that, even if I get more sleep, then it feels like I still haven't gotten enough. So for me, like consistency is just a big thing.
I think that kind of is the look. I don't claim to know anything about that kind of stuff, like sleeping and like proper sleep stuff. All I know is you get enough sleep, you're good. You don't, you're bad. But like, yeah, I know, like
You're
consistency.
not bad.
Consistency,
you just, have some
or
things to work
yeah,
on
you have
in
things to
life.
work on. Yeah, you're not terrible, but you will feel terrible sometimes. But yeah, like consistency is definitely a thing. Like, I mean, yeah, people need consistency with sleep.
Yeah.
Even just like, I think just even going to sleep at a different time can sometimes mess you up. Like,
yeah,
even if it's
100%.
like earlier and you hypothetically would sleep more, it actually is like worse for you. I think. I feel like I've heard that on like Andrew Huberman or something like that. You know, those podcasts. You know that with the guy with the beard. you know what I'm talking about?
Is he a doctor?
Yes, he has a PhD. I think he teaches at like Harvard or something like that. You don't know him? Huh? There you go.
Well,
but
don't quote him on this. If you really want to find out, go watch that.
Go
guy's
watch
video.
that guy. He's a lot smarter than we are. Yeah, he is. He just is. He's like a professor and
no
everything.
denying
There's
that.
absolutely no argument to make there. But yes, just get enough sleep, guys. If you're watching this at 4 a.m., don't click off.
Yeah, finish the video.
Finish it and then sleep.
Go to sleep. And then tomorrow night, when there's not a new podcast out,
watch it again.
Yes, rack up them views, guys. Again, we need 3,000 watch hours before we can actually start making money off of these.
Yes.
So
not that we're only here for the money.
No, that's not. But like,
it would be nice because we are broke.
and like, that's the thing. If you just leave it running on a loop on your phone, like you don't even.
We're not saying to do that, but
if you did,
if you were to accidentally click the loop button by accident
and leave it playing
and just let it play the whole night, not even touch your phone for like 20 hours.
Yeah,
that would be good. I mean, that wouldn't be good. That would be bad.
That would be bad.
But if you did
it would hypothetically be appreciated.
It would have a positive impact on our lives.
Yes, and on the
not
on
that you
the
should
channel.
do it, but yes. I wonder how much of this I'll have to take out.
Stop saying that.
I'm just not going to take out any of it.
That's the thing. I was about to say, the funny thing is, all these things you're saying about, I wonder how much of this is going to be left in.
Probably most of it.
The parts where we're saying that is, where we're asking those questions,
is exactly what needs to be in there. It's got to be in there. So, I mean, you guys saw the intro of the last podcast. We thought we'd take out the whole thing and just start with the hey guys. And then we kept
the beginning, and we thought it was starting part. It was humorous,
kind of funny. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just a funny guy who doesn't always hold his mic where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm a bit better at keeping equidistance.
Things close to your mouth.
You may have noticed. Today my mic is on a unnamed toothpaste brand.
Oh yeah.
If you guys, if you own a toothpaste company and you want me to put my mic on your toothpaste, hit us up.
We will do it.
We will do it. Instagram, will be them. There might be an email address for you that you can, a business email address you can email.
There probably
business
is
inquiry.
One.
Maybe. If not,
we got to add that.
DM us on Instagram.
Or that.
We can 100% do that.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how small. I will more than happily put my mic on your toothpaste. Just think about it, your brand here kind of thing.
Exactly. We'll hold it. We'll grip it tightly. Like it's a loved one.
In the middle of the episode, we can have an interlude they would have in those old movies. Ooh. And it could just be
holding the toothpaste
suspended in midair.
It's ooh, wow, look at that. Exactly. And then we'll do an ad for you. We'll brush our teeth with it and be like, wow, so clean. And then we'll be good.
We will.
And then you'll pay us money.
Ad reads, anything you
exactly.
want. Have you ever watched the Theo Von podcast?
Yes. Sometimes. As in Bad Friends? That's not him. Oh, is it just called the Theo Von podcast?
The Bad Friends podcast.
I only see him on that one.
Okay.
I always see the clips from that podcast with him in it.
Well, I love the way that he does his ad reads.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's a really funny guy, right?
Yeah, no, But from what I've seen of him,
he doesn't do them in a weird way, but the way he reads them and the pauses and stuff.
Oh, nice.
I just I genuinely I really don't like watching ads, but
he makes them.
I listen to those ads because of how funny they are. It is the only ads that I will not skip. And I can skip them. It's not like they're those ads that you can't skip. It's just him reading the stuff.
You can just click the slider.
Yeah, I could if I wanted to, but it's genuinely so funny that I decide not to. So we can take some inspiration
We
from
can
that.
do something like that. We can copy Theo and just
not copy exactly. We'll
take inspiration.
Yes, we'll take
like
inspiration from that. You got like if you're the one that's sponsoring it, you can have some input as well. Obviously, we're not just going to take the money and then be like we're doing this our way kind of thing. Obviously, we do still want to have like a bit of we're not going to like sell out completely.
Yes.
And like
just
be
partially
dressed as toothbrushes and like brush your teeth with.
I think that would be a really good episode. Actually. I think honestly that'd be really funny
for the right price.
For the right price, we will do that.
But that also may be some foreshadowing as to what is possible in the future.
Exactly.
Not necessarily toothbrushes, but
other outfits, other funny things.
We may or may not go in debt on our credit cards to go and buy really good outfits. Then again, we're actually talking about this the other day, and I know this is like borderline financial stuff again. It's not like financial advice though. We were kind of talking about like our credit scores the other day.
We were.
And because he hasn't been in the country for very long, it's kind of hard to like get your hands on. But we were just talking about like it's kind of freaky that you have to like dip into like the red
and then
in order to actually get a credit score. Yeah. Like you can't have a credit score for just like always having a positive balance in your credit account.
Which you would think maybe, I don't know, like look, if there's finance people out there who know why it's that way, go for it. Like explain it to us.
No, I mean I know why it is. It's it's your credit score is completely based on how good you are at paying off.
Oh, so it's like
okay,
if you pay back. I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, if you pay it off on time, then like, and if you like miss some payments, then it goes down. And like you can also like it's really hard to build your credit score, but I know that you can do that.
I see.
So yeah, basically just like don't default on any of your loans, and you should have like a pretty.
That's pretty good.
Solid credit score.
If you want to take any advice from this, take that advice.
Yes. Don't go into debt, guys.
Pay your loans.
It's a bad idea, but then again, unfortunately, well, I don't know if unfortunately this is the right word, but the world we live in, you kind of have to do that. It kind of sucks too because like it's so easy to go in debt with a credit card. Like, because I mean, you just tap and it happens. And I think you can so easily like
you kind of don't even realize what you're doing.
And guys, like I know that a lot of people don't know, but interest rates on credit cards are insane. Like 24%. Like do the math. That is $24 for every $100 you go in debt. So if you go $100 in debt, you have to pay them back $124. Okay. And
there you go.
Like it's not like 24%, like it adds up really, really quickly. So rather try and stay away from that if you can. There's much better forms of like money that you can get in terms of borrowing than credit cards. Like my advice would be like, it's fine if you have a credit card. Well, no, not my advice. My personal opinion that is not financial advice is that you should like use a debit card as much as you can because
see, that's what I do.
Yes, same for me. Like
always, I mean, especially as a student, like I just use debit. The only time I use my credit card is by accident.
But also, like some things, like you have to use a credit card for. Like they won't let you use a debit card.
Yeah, but I mean, like other than stuff like that, where like okay, well, the main way to do it is with credit. I mean, like because my bank gave me credit for just having a credit card. I don't know. They just gave me like $70 credit. Yeah.
Only 70?
Oh, really? Is that low?
Yeah.
I don't. No, that's not my limit. I'm talking about like they just gave.
Oh, they just gave
like,
you $70.
How like your account, it's like negative however much you like they like owe you.
Mm-hmm. So they gave you $70.
When I started off, it was minus 70, and I was like,
yeah, well,
am I in debt because it's negative?
I also that took some.
And I was like, what?
To.
And I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. It means they owe me. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
But So I like when I signed up for my debit card, I got like $60, I think. So I think it's like a thing.
I think I got 50. Like. I think I got 50 for a debit card, and then yeah. But the point is, I only used it by accident. Kind of like I would keep using it, thinking, oh, I'm just using the 70. I'm just using the 70, and then it eventually like went a little over, and then I saw that it was a positive number one day, and I was like, oh, that's not good. So I just paid it back like immediately because I was like, I don't even know when it was supposed to be due, but I just did it immediately.
Don't want to test those waters.
I do not want to test even a little bit because I'm an international student, so I'm paying a lot to be here.
A lot,
so
a lot more than you would think.
Losing
it's
money,
actually crazy.
Exactly. So something like like quadruple whatever he pays, whatever Canadians pay, triple to quadruple.
Triple, yeah.
Triple is,
but I mean, it's still like
it's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
It's a
like,
lot.
We don't even have to tell you, but like literally just go to any Canadian. Obviously not like a tiny, but like go to like any of the like UBC, University of Toronto, like any of that stuff.
Oh, it's even,
and just look at the difference
there.
between the prices of local students and international students. It is nuts.
It's crazy. So again, losing money for a stupid reason, definitely not something I'm super keen to do.
Yeah.
So if I can keep money at all or save money at all, that's the way. So guys, watch the podcast.
What a segue.
I know, right? Yeah, this is a bit of a chaotic episode, but it's fine. I think this one will be titled like financial advice or something. It'll just be titled like super real financial advice that you should definitely take.
We're gonna have to have like a lawyer like write up a whole thing that we're gonna have to like post in the description that's like, this is not legal advice.
This is not legally
binding. Like,
well, I'll just like when I edit this one, I'll just like put in brackets under every time we talk, just like not legal advice. Anytime we talk about money, I'll just be like, not legal advice, not financial advice. It's like because I don't want anyone. Not that anyone's even gonna. If you're going to a podcast for financial advice, you got bigger problems than.
Look, I think like I don't know if you've seen, but I've seen some like videos and stuff where it's this one specific guy and he's a financial advisor and people come to him and are like, this is like how much debt I have. This is how like the debt is consolidated and everything. Like, how do I get out of this kind of thing?
This is on a podcast?
Well, I mean, they call in live, but I think it is like a podcast platform.
Okay, but you see, I think that's different because he's offering his services first and foremost,
mm-hmm.
and then he just happens to be like televising it kind of, right? Or like recording it or streaming it. Whereas if you're coming to a podcast, like
you're coming to
copy and paste what they do, or like a podcast like this with like 2 cartoon characters as the logo, and you don't even know what the first word of the podcast is.
Then you need to take a step
then
back.
You gotta
and really question.
Take a minute.
Some of your decisions.
Yes, or don't, and just just raw dog it.
Okay, he really like has to stop saying this because we are actually going to get in trouble if someone tries to like.
I want to poke the bear. I want to see what happens.
See how far we can push
the
envelope.
How many people we can get angry at us.
Okay, update, guys. We're launching a meme coin. We're definitely not going to do a rug pull. Like,
nope,
it is 100% like
that is
good.
Not, yes. You will definitely be able to cash it back.
Yes, it's going to be called Bootcoin.
Bootcoin.
Nothing like it has ever touched any of the crypto markets.
Nope.
It is going to be the biggest thing since Dogecoin, guys.
Yes.
You do not want to miss out.
I forgot about that. I forgot about Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. I have some Dogecoin.
Are you serious?
A very small amount, but I do. Because
like
it's one
physical Dogecoins. I'm kidding.
Okay.
You have a small amount though?
Is
it worth anything?
I think I've got like $50 worth.
So it's worth nothing.
No, I mean, like, I don't know how much I paid for it when I did, but my logic was kind of like, because pretty much like this was back when like Dogecoin was very active. I mean, lately it hasn't been.
Yeah.
And it was the whole thing when like literally when Elon Musk tweeted about it, the price would like skyrocket.
Oh my god.
And then it would come back down again. So I was like, you know what? Even if this thing goes to zero, I'm gonna have, because I mean, like it went absolutely crazy. Like I think right now, I haven't checked the price in a while, but it's worth like 60 cents. And like, I mean, it went through periods where it would do like 20, 30, 40x. And so if I've got $50 in there and it does that again, even if
crazy,
only 10x,
right? Yeah,
like,
I mean that's $500.
It's something. Exactly, and that's the thing. And like, I was like, okay, I'll put a little bit of money in this that I don't mind losing.
Yeah.
And then if I lose it, then oh well. But if it does like one of those things again, then
could be pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
We could see some new mics on the podcast.
Exactly. Maybe get what are we saying? Camera or mics first?
I think the mics are pretty good, to be honest. We'll see how, because I've kind of been like doing that a little bit today, so we'll see how it looks for this versus this and that and that. So,
but like the iPhone cameras are pretty good too.
They are. We're actually filming on. Oh, we did on your phone again. Oops.
No, bro. we
Forgot
discussed
about that
before
one.
filming. He was like, "Okay, let's do it on my phone this time." And then his phone was on what, like 50%.
50% battery, and
And
we
so
were
he was
like,
like, "Let me plug it in for 3 minutes, just get a little bit more charge." And then I was literally standing there waiting for him to like do his phone. And then he came and sat down and he's like, "Okay, we're good."
"Oh,
And then I
you
was
should
like,
have."
"Okay."
You should have just communicated with me. We sleep like 5 feet away from each other. You can't tell me you gotta.
Is it 5 feet?
No, it's more. But
I don't know. I would like lie down, but I don't think they'd be able to see.
I could like walk. I could just like try and walk.
Okay,
across.
but your feet aren't actually like. Why don't we just use your measuring tape?
What, my feet aren't a foot?
Yes,
You trying to say I have small feet?
I guarantee my feet aren't a foot. What
Oh.
what size shoe do you wear?
Like 10 or 11.
I wear 11 as well. I guarantee
Oh,
it's not. I
a
think
foot?
like that's actually. Wait, is that actually how it works? Like size 11 is 11 inches.
I have no idea.
Actually, never
Do you want to
thought
find
about
out?
that.
Let's
I
see.
mean, I think these are like these are size 11s.
Okay, here, this is 11 inches.
Like measure.
Okay, well, hang on. Now I gotta balance having a mic and a measuring tape. It's over 11 inches. It's not. It's not.
inches.
It's 12.
Okay.
It's not one.
Well,
to
then
one.
I mean, this would then like actually, but you've got the measuring tape. So
Yeah.
might as well.
Well,
measure
now we
it.
can
So
kinda
let's
see.
measure from like.
I was
Go
just
stand
like,
with your back to the camera, Mark.
sorry, stage presence is not a thing I'm used to right now. Hang on. Let me just. I'm trying to like. I don't know how to do this to like actually have the mic near me. What's that?
What is that? Okay.
It's like 72, 73 inches. If we
72,
like,
that's 6 feet.
oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, not 5 feet, 6 feet apart.
We're farther apart than I am tall.
So yeah, so that was kind of a bit of a miscommunication. Well, not just lack of communication.
Just
I guess,
whoopsie daisy.
like,
It's a bit of a whoopsie.
I
It's
want to
okay.
use my phone. He wants to use his phone. You know, we'll rather like have some like mental battles about it than like
Exactly.
fight each other.
Look, yeah. I mean, it's not a big
Like
deal.
one day you just might see like
I have a black eye or something.
yes, you'll know it's because I hit him because he wanted to use his phone
Yes.
to
He
film
threw
the
his phone at
podcast.
me. You want it so bad.
But yeah, so no, I think like honestly, yeah, maybe some like some decorations.
That'd be good. Well, look, the thing is that our set is very basic right now, but if we kind of
I don't
eventually,
think it's that bad.
it's just the beds.
It's
I mean,
it's
the most
real.
spice that we've got is this little
Okay, yeah,
doggy
full
right
props
here.
to Marcus for having his. Yes, he's
This
a
guy.
20-year-old man and he sleeps
Okay,
with plushies, guys.
It's-
There is no shame in that.
there's no shame.
We all like have those things. You know, he's in. That's not infatuated. That's a word, right?
Yes, it is.
He's infatuated with dinosaurs.
I am.
He has a dinosaur blanket.
I do.
So he sleeps with his dinosaur blanket and he
My
sleeps
dino
with his
blankie.
dinosaur plushies.
Exactly.
So you see him. He's a big burly guy.
Well, this is actually this is not even a plushie. This is a sleep mask. Should I demonstrate?
Show it to the camera.
Okay,
Come
wait,
on.
I gotta take the glasses off.
He
Hang
can't
on.
see. He's blind now. Guys.
You hold this near me.
Just
Yes. Here, eat it.
skewer his eyeball.
Exactly. I think if
Did
I,
you actually wear this on the plane on the way back?
No.
Will you wear it on the plane next time you fly?
No, of course not. I mean, like it's.
So
not
he
even-
bought it for absolutely
It's
no
literally
reason. It's
I bought it
completely useless.
because it was a dinosaur. That's the only reason I bought it. My brother has a duck one, so say what you will about that. Does it fit?
You gotta look like at the camera.
Is this good?
On a scale of 0 to 10, guys, what are we saying? It's got like the little pillow here at the back,
I know it's so relaxing.
so that he can
It's actually pretty
sleep,
good.
and then he
It's
he
very
can't
snug,
like
I will
see
say.
anything.
It's very snug on my face. Like,
There's
I don't
just-
know if my head is just big, you know, or
Yes,
like
your
fat.
head is massive.
It's just huge. But like I cannot sleep with that. It strangles me.
So
My brain, at least.
when did you get it?
I got it in South Africa, actually,
Uh-huh.
in the motherland. Yes.
I didn't know
Oh, sorry about
they
that.
made that.
Yeah, no, they did. I don't think it's only a South Africa thing.
No, I mean, but
I think
was
they
it
just
like
happened to
an
have it
airport
there.
shop Or
It was in like a gas station, like somewhere like on the side of the road.
I hate to bring it to you, Marcus, but there might be a little bit
some
of
diseases on there.
some diseases and
It was a
possibly
clean
some
gas station.
Class A, you know, baking
STIs.
powder.
Oh. Baking powder. Yes, the C word. Maybe. Hopefully.
I mean, they didn't catch.
I
it
do
in
feel a lot
security,
better
so-
now that I put it on. So maybe there was some.
He did. Did you had it in like your suitcase, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Up your security measures, Canadian Border Services.
That's crazy. Okay, for legal reasons, there's nothing
There is
wrong
nothing in
with
there.
that
It's
dinosaur.
like
It's just you can't even put anything in there.
it's just. I mean, it doesn't smell very nice, but
It doesn't really not. It can't smell that bad.
it smells like Marcus's head,
Well, it's because it was just on my head.
which is big,
It is
and
big.
therefore it smells bad.
Okay, do all big things smell bad? I think
feel
big
like-
things tend to smell bad. Cows smell not great.
Well, I think it depends. Like, have you seen those cows that they like shampoo and condition and like like the super fluffy cows?
Yeah, I've seen
I
that.
would think those wouldn't smell that bad.
But like after a long day
But-
of being a cow.
But cows themselves don't smell bad. It's just what comes out the ends that smells bad.
I guess. But,
Like because pigs on the other hand,
Pigs.
that's a very different
But
story.
pigs are cuter than cows.
Pigs are ugly, like really ugly.
Okay, yeah.
Wh-
Adult
okay,
pigs are ugly.
When you see
Piglets though are
and you
really
might
are
have
super
to
cute.
like bleep this out.
Oh.
But when you see a pig rip a dead chicken to pieces, like when you see a couple of pigs fight over a dead chicken and just like rip it like
I
crazy.
mean, dogs do that. They're still cute.
But like not you like they will chase after an alive chicken. But genuinely
Oh,
like,
pigs? Yeah, they're omnivores. They
no, I know, but I'm saying like dogs
oh
will
yeah.
chase a chicken, but then generally speaking, like the dog will like do it for the chase, but then once it's dead, it'll get bored and it'll just like leave it.
Oh yeah.
But like the pigs, literally, you throw in like the cold corpse and they just like and, like that changes a man
you know,
fundamentally.
you sounded just like Joe Rogan there. You know, he always makes those like weird noises on his podcast. That's gonna be you now. From now on, you're like that guy. You're like, "Arr."
Oh yeah,
I can't say I've ever seen that. Maybe I'll insert a clip of it right above us.
please don't. You're gonna get us banned before we even
No, I
get
won't.
the ball
I
rolling.
won't do that. I don't know if I have to take that out. I don't think so.
Well, then again, we don't know like the guidelines and stuff all that well, so that's probably something we're spending more time.
It's just I'm not showing anything though. You know, like do you think they care? It's not showing a pig doing all that.
We'll consult Dr. GPT and
And depending on what he says, we will
it
either.
might be bleeped out. You might have
bleep
no
it out.
idea what I'm talking about, or
It's not that bad for context.
no, it's not.
It's
But
not
it
that we're just more worried about will YouTube not like it? Not
Yes.
YouTube, but like YouTube.
the platform.
The platform.
Yeah,
Also, my mic keeps like jiggling a little bit, and I really
it
hope
better not be making a weird.
it better
noise.
not be doing weird noises because that will really peeve me off. I'll be super mad.
I'm sure it'll be okay.
Well, I don't think my measuring tape made any noises, and that definitely like moved around a lot. So I
Mhm.
think this will probably be fine.
Yeah, no, I think like the mic like angle kind of thing. Like
Yeah, it should be
amount of
okay
space
because
it takes in-
it's not like hitting the thing. It's not hitting the
Mhm.
prongs. It's just kind of jiggling, ever so
yeah,
slightly.
no, I mean it has definitely slipped down a bit from
Yeah,
when we started.
should be
but
fine though. I don't
It
think
should
it
be okay.
because I mean if it's these are meant to be put on your shirt, right? And surely
Yes.
like it's gonna hit
It's
your shirt
gonna
a
like
little bit. if it
rub
moves.
against your shirt. And
So
stuff, yeah.
it should be able to handle that.
It should be okay.
This is a great conversation to have on the podcast.
Just talking about the mics and
Yes,
stuff.
it's
you know?
great.
If like again, we know very little about this stuff. So if you guys like
Have
have
tips
any
if you guys
suggestions?
have tips. Actually, we would love that. Like I know we've
Yeah.
been joking, like oh yeah, tell us how much do you love seeing us, but like if you actually have tips on like how to make it better and you have the time I guess to tell us about it,
Yeah,
then
that would be
please
much
do. It'd
appreciated.
be great. We would love that.
Mhm.
Do you know how long we've been going for
I don't
at all? We said we were going to set a timer. We also didn't do that.
We didn't. But
I blame
feel
you for
like
that.
What? The guy that literally sat down was like, okay, I'm good to
I'm
go.
ready.
I was waiting for him, but yeah, no. I mean, you didn't check the time. We shouldn't be
Even if
talking
I
about this.
even if I didn't, I wouldn't know the time we started.
Well, that doesn't help at all. For me.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, so no, like, wait, we've gotten like way off track of what we're like supposed to be talking about.
I don't even think we're gonna get to it, to be honest. At
Okay,
this point.
well, let's cut to it now, because
Sure.
otherwise, I do feel like we'll
Okay.
just end up talking about something completely different,
Yes.
and then be
Maybe
like,
I'll cut the pig thing and just
no, come on, that's important.
We have
Gotta
to be
keep
real.
that.
Okay, year in review. What went well for you? What didn't go well for you, Will? And what could you do better?
What went well for me? I think. Wait, no. Let me start with what didn't go well,
Okay.
because I feel like that's easier to come up with.
Sure.
Something that didn't go too well for me was calculus, obviously.
Oh yeah, there you go.
No, seriously, like the adjustment to the workload. I feel like, I mean, I think it's something everyone struggles with, right? Like, and there's not really a right way to do it, but I think, like, I kind of, like, I knew people were like first year of uni, like the learning curve is rough, but I don't think I really actually listened to that very much, and so I think just taking that a little bit more seriously,
it would have maybe
like, yeah, helped a little bit, but then also just like making time for yourself. Like, it can get pretty busy, and it's pretty easy to forget to just take a step back and just like take it easy sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like you don't have the time to do that, but I promise you, after doing that, you're going to be 10 times more productive than you would have been if you hadn't done it at all. And so I would say that's probably a big thing for me. And I did learn, that's probably one of the good things that I did second semester, was that like I like we would play the squash together. That was something that we could like go and just blow off some steam and take it a bit easy.
Yeah.
And like going for like just like walks and stuff, sometimes for like half an hour, other days a little bit longer. Like, I think I maxed out at like 16 kilometers. I was quite impressed with myself with that one. That's
good.
You know, when I had a little bit more time, but that's something that makes a big difference. And just knowing how you deal with stress and making time for that, because you're just going to drown like completely if you don't. And no one really wants that for anyone else. So I think, but yeah, then also having people that you can like talk to, and really make an effort to meet as many people as possible, because like for us, like everyone in first year Eng is going through exactly the same stuff as we are. And it really just makes you realize like you are not alone. Like, you think this sucks. Guess what? Everyone else thinks it sucks too.
95% of people, I'll say, think it sucks. 5% are just like stupidly smart, or just don't care. So, you know, but most people are, I would say, regardless of your major, to be honest, are probably going through what you're going through.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as bad personally, but like academically, you're all kind of in the same boat. Look, if you're ever like struggling, chances are you're always going to find someone who's willing to help out. Yeah. And if they're not, they're just mean.
They can sympathize with you, and you guys can like complain about what you're struggling with together. And that, like, honestly, it sounds kind of stupid, but that actually helps like a lot. So just much. Knowing that someone else is also fighting the same thing that you are.
That one problem that doesn't make any sense, or the one TA that annoyed you, like, you know, it helps. It definitely helps. And people who aren't bothered by that, you know, more power to them. Or people who are just super smart, that's great too. But the
majority of people don't fall inside either of those categories.
Will sympathize with you and will try to help, or at least will be like, yeah, man, that sucks, and you know, you'll be in together. So
it's just one of those things.
Exactly. So yeah.
But then and in terms of something I can do better, I think probably just making more time, just like chipping away at like studying and just work in general. Like, I think never discount the impact that like 30 minutes or an hour a day can have, because it really makes a big difference. I think just keeping on top of your stuff, but really putting in that little bit of extra work that will really pay off a lot later on. And I think it's tough to see from the beginning, because like you only really see that kind of stuff after the fact.
Yes,
but it's definitely worth it to just stay on top of the things like that. Yeah. And what about you?
Okay. Well, for things that didn't go well, I feel like my classes went fine for the most part. I think I just could have I overall could have just done better. Like, I feel like I did fine, but you know, I feel like I know myself to be someone who can do better. Even if it's like, especially in like the Eng classes, like material science, that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like based on what I I really like that class, but I still did just kind of okay in it. I got like a B+, I think.
Yeah.
So like, not bad, but I feel like I know myself to be someone who can do a lot better.
Yeah.
But again, look, the adjustment period and everything, and how long it took me to kind of get used to just not only living in Canada, but also just adjust to university life and being away from family and being sort of a lot more independent and having a lot more freedom than I did back home.
But it's also, definitely a huge adjustment. Note, like, giving yourself grace is a very important thing, because like you cannot expect yourself, if you're getting 80s and 90s in high school, to jump straight into university work and also be getting 80s and 90s. That is not realistic. You need to like, you need to know that is not going to happen, and you need to be okay with that. And you know what? Sometimes you're going to have a bad day. You're going to do badly on a test or an exam or whatever. And you need to, obviously, if you've sat around doing absolutely nothing like the week beforehand, you haven't prepared whatever, then yes, that's a bit of an issue. Yeah. But you know what? If you bomb a test,
it happens.
It's really not that big of a deal. It happens. Yeah. Luckily, they do, like the harder courses, they do structure so that less of the grades are on tests and quizzes, and
or you can do like makeup stuff and
exactly. If you really have to. Don't like do your best, but give yourself some grace when you do like slack off a little bit, because it happens to everyone. And if you keep just being hard on yourself, that's not going to be good for you in the long run, anyways. But sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, it's all good. But yeah, so that I think could have gone better. I think that maybe I could have done a lot better at maybe, I want to say, just managing myself. Like, I feel like there's so many days where, like I would either sleep in just because I had bad sleep the night before, and I would let that kind of affect my whole day. Yeah. And I have to get better at kind of like restructuring my day to be like, okay, well, we have to just take today as a loss. You cannot like fight for that extra 2 hours of sleep, even if you really want it. You cannot. You cannot like jeopardize your whole day for it. So I have to figure out how to do that, because I would definitely do a lot of that because I wanted to get very good sleep, because I'm someone who in the past has slept very poorly. So I wanted to change that about myself, but I think I might have overcorrected a little bit in some senses. In terms of what went well, I am happy that I didn't ever like get a 0 on something because I submitted it late. I've been very scared before that would happen.
That did very nearly happen on the last coding project.
Yes,
but that's a story for another day. But it is a very interesting story.
That's a crazy story, but we unfortunately don't have time for that one. Right, because my head will explode if I don't go study statics soon. But no, I think that what I did well is I at least managed to sort of stay on top of things, academically, and I managed to keep going to the gym, because I love going to the gym. And if I were to stop doing that, I would be quite sad. I think it's a big part of my life. It's a huge thing. It's something that's kind of stuck with me, in and out of relationships, in and out of friendships. It's like we talked about earlier, consistency. It's something that I value very much in my life, because it offers consistency. It offers some peace when everything else seems pretty chaotic. So I'm very thankful that I was able to still do that. I was actually able to bulk up a lot to like 82 kilograms, which I've been trying to do forever. From when I started working out, I was 65 kgs.
But like just this one in terms of like
this was from 75 kgs to 82 kgs. So like kind of almost 10 kgs there. It was 7 kgs, right? Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
So hit my goal. My goal is actually 80. I actually hit it and then some, but now I'm cutting back down. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm very happy to have done that. I'm happy to have stayed on top of gyms, stayed on top of academics for the most part. I'm happy to have met a lot more people, Will included. He's great.
I think so.
Exactly. I
agree. He's a stand-up guy too,
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, but I'm very happy to have met lots of people who I am actually decently close to, because I had that worry, especially coming out of my last year of high school, actually A-levels. So I was with my high school crowd for 2 extra years, basically, right? So like you get even closer to them, and then you still have to move away, which is just a whole thing, right? So I was worried that I would not connect with people the way I have, but I thankfully have with quite a few people. So I'm quite a few people. So I'm grateful for that. I think I did well in that. What could have gone better is maybe I could have just maximized everything, or kind of optimized things a bit more, just done a little better in my grades, maybe been a bit better, like people-wise, that kind of thing. I mean, you can always improve, I guess, right? It's maybe the boring answer is just to be like, well, I could always improve, But
that's the thing. You can always improve.
That is genuinely how I feel. I feel that way about almost everything all the time. I think I can just always improve. You can always be, more patient with your loved ones. You can always be more into your schoolwork. You can always go a little harder in the gym. You can always eat a little healthier. That's just how it is. Don't be too hard on yourself though, but
it's the
also,
small steps that count.
Yeah, take small steps towards improving it, but don't get too bogged down if you miss a day. If you eat a donut, if you're in a cut like I am right now, and you eat a donut, it's not gonna kill you.
He says this when he literally ate a pizza about 2 hours
I ate a whole
so.
Domino's medium pizza, and I'm still under my calories for what it's worth. So you know what? If you want bulking or cutting tips, I actually think you can ask me in the comments, and I'll try to reply to you a little bit if I can. And maybe we'll make some gym content for the podcast. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
we can break Will's arms in the gym, and that will be great.
Okay, no, like actually, like the first time I went to the gym with him, I went way too hard, and I'm pretty sure I tore muscles.
He got muscle
my,
strains in both his arms.
Yeah, and so I I literally couldn't straighten my arms for about 3 days. Yeah. So the aim is to not do that.
Do not do that. If you're starting out the gym, go
Take
light.
It slow.
Give yourself some grace. When I started off, I was literally doing those little pink weights you see in Walmart or something. Right? I was doing those. I was doing bicep curls with those. So do not, don't be hard on yourself, guys. Just
the big thing is, everyone thinks everyone else is looking at them, but everyone else is just looking at themselves.
Everyone is equally insecure in the gym. Okay, yep. Take it from me. I stare at myself in the gym all the time. in the mirror.
A bad way, not in a good way, guys.
Not in a ooh yeah, in a oh my gosh, my arms are tiny, bro. That kind of way. So you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta, don't be too hard on yourself. Just take it one step at a time. In all things, okay? Don't rush into things. Take it one step at a time. Be as good a person as you can.
Yeah.
This is definitely a self-help podcast right now.
And what about if there's one piece of advice?
Oof, sorry, someone's coughing up a storm or sneezing. I don't know if they're coughing or sneezing, but
if there was one piece of advice you could give yourself on the first day of classes of first year, what would it have been?
That's a good question. On the very first day of classes, first semester, first.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna let the thumping subside for a sec.
People upstairs again. Our favorite neighbors.
Yeah, we don't know what they're doing.
But
it can't be innocent.
Okay. Well, if there's any more stomping, I will take my boot and smack the ceiling. You have my promise.
Yes.
So if I stand up, grab my boot. Okay. Again, we're in a residence. You guys are gonna be hearing.
They're getting a lot more, but I'm glad the first episode was pretty quiet. This episode is everything's coming full force. It's just a chaotic episode, to be honest.
Yeah.
But okay, the advice, just to end off, just to round it off. I think I would say maybe just take it slower. That's what I would tell him. I would just tell myself. I would say take things slowly. I tried to do everything very quickly because I was trying to adjust to a new life in a new continent after having never left Africa forever, ever in my life. So as a result, I thought, okay, well, everything's so much faster here. I should live faster too. I should do things faster.
Yeah.
And that's how you make mistakes. Is you go too fast. You're writing a math test. You write
mistakes.
You write 6.5. Yeah, you write 6.5 instead of 9.5, and that's it. So
messes up the whole question.
Exactly. We know that all too well.
We speak from experience, yeah.
But that's what I would say. Go slower. Don't rush. Take your time. You're not behind. There's, you hear it all the time, but you're running a race with yourself only.
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Exactly right. Yeah. What about you, Will? What would you give your past self?
This is not piggybacking off of yours.
Sure.
This is generally my big thing. A saying that I've grown to love during this first year has been just one day at a time. It's that whole thing of the way that I heard someone explain it that's really, really nice is imagine you're driving through a massive valley in the mountains and it's full of fog and you can only see 5 feet in front of you. The only way that you're going to be able to see the next 5 feet is by moving forward that 5 feet. And then guess what? You move for 5 feet again and again and again. And eventually you'll get out of that fog. Exactly. Yeah, and so the only way to see that little bit further is by just moving forward. So just one day at a time, one class at a time, one test at a time. That's all we can do, right?
And have faith in yourself.
Have faith in yourself and have fun.
Yeah.
It's really hard sometimes. You forget that you're in university. You do need to make some time to have some fun. But yeah, just one thing at a time. Tomorrow will worry about itself. Take it as it comes. Sometimes it'll throw you a curveball and you deal with that. But again, like one step at a time, one day at a time. And you know what? We've gotten through first year, second year, third year. And I mean, I don't think that just applies to university, but just like
it applies to everything, really. I mean, yeah, I wasn't even like, I mean, what we're saying, I don't think it only applies to classes or school. It applies to just everything. If you're adjusting to a new place like I am, if you're adjusting to university, like both Will and I are, I mean, just take it slow, have some faith in yourself, try to have fun along the way, because that's all we can really do, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a pretty good note.
I think that's a good note to end on.
This has been a pretty chaotic episode, but I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we hope you guys have enjoyed it. And yeah, if you've listened to this one because you listened to the first one and you liked it, thanks very much for being here. If you're new, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this We hope as well. We hope you stick around and give a listen to the next one.
Maybe subscribe. Maybe even hit the bell.
And like, don't forget to like, and all the things we said during this podcast that you should comment on, please do.
Yes.
We'd love to hear from you guys. But
every person who comments will receive a small animal in the mail.
Okay. We've gone from $10 million to a small animal in the mail.
Yes.
Yeah, but okay, I think we should end this before anything gets too much crazy. But thank you guys very much. And yeah, we hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, week, weekend, whatever it is.
Exactly.
And see you guys
have
next
a good
time.
one. See you. Bye-bye.